Okay, I won't ask again. For a while, silence. Jett does her best to avoid eye contact, but I can tell she's thinking hard about something. Just as I'm about to rise to replace my milk tea with another, she speaks. Rise. Same thing, right? You know, about all those new foreign teams popping up recently, right? Yeah, what about them? Isn't it strange? They're worse than almost every Korean squad, yet most of them have more sponsors. Well, there are a lot of esports fans outside of Korea these days. People want to support their hometown heroes. I don't think it's that simple. What? Where would the money come from if not the fans? Idiots. What? Idiots. Idiots that call themselves investors. Idiots that throw money, keeping mediocre players afloat because it makes them feel good inside for whatever reason. Well, she and Bolt agree on one thing at least. Okay. Are you going to find some idiots to sponsor you? No. Well... She takes a long moment to reconsider her answer. No, it wouldn't work out in the end. What I'm getting at is that too much of our scene ignores the foreign fan base. It's a huge mistake. Well, there's the time zone difference and a language barrier. Also, I don't know if you know this, but lots of foreign fans don't find Korean players entertaining. What? How dare... That's ridiculous. I'm just relaying common knowledge. Don't hold me accountable for the opinions of Silver Leaguers. Jeez. Most Western fan support goes to the people who entertain well. Streamers, casters, those kinds of people. The most famous players in your scene aren't the best? That's appalling. Hey, don't pretend like Brood War didn't get famous on the backs of dudes who looked good on camera. If the PC bang was the ship, then fangirls pulled the oars. That's different. They were pretty and skilled, not one over the other. And show some respect. Those dudes are the only reason you and I are able to have this conversation. A sharp response and equally sharp glare suggests that I shouldn't argue the point. Jett knows better than I do anyway. We're getting off topic. There are tons of potential fans that most Korean teams ignore simply because they're too hard to connect with. Yeah, I agree. She lifts an eyebrow and stares at me for just a bit too long before glancing away. If I wasn't sure before, I am now. Go on, say it. See what? I know what you're thinking. No, you don't. Yes, I do. What am I thinking then? You want me to join a new team you're starting so that I can help you with the foreign fan base. Also, you invited me here to try out under the guise of practice. Bastard. Jett slumps back in her seat, defeated. I fight a losing battle against the urge to laugh. Don't look so smug. Ugh, I hate dealing with team management. Could always hire a manager. Before we have any players, maybe I should just keep my head down and practice. No, don't do that. I think it's a good idea. You're only saying that because I gave you an offer. Well, maybe, but hey, if you go through with this, I'll do whatever I can to help. How are you the one convincing me to go after my own idea? Damn it. She chews on her lip, little considering the harrowing risk of leaving a team. I can't make any commitments until we at least have some other players. It'd be stupid for me to move out of the VIP house without everything lined up. This is something I've been thinking about for a while, even if I don't have every detail hashed out. I want to keep overhead low and practice time high, lean and mean. She aims a finger at me, her dull nail a hair's breadth before my nose. If you're going to be a part of this, you're going to pull your weight. You can start by searching for our players, unless you'd rather find me a coach and sponsor. I cringe backwards and raise my hands. No, I'll leave that to you. Good. It'll work out better this way. My minimum number of players for Team League is 4, so you need to find at least 2. You know, this isn't exactly what I had in mind as the ideal join a team experience. Walk away if you like. You have a long way to go if you want to be anything other than our translator mascot anyway. I'll admit it though, Estelle was right. I see glimpses of high level stuff in your play. But as of right now, you kinda suck, even by foreigner standards. Offense intended. You seriously need to start busting your ass. Coming to career is pointless if you're still practicing Western hours. Well, nobody ever claimed that Jett wasn't honest. I'm going to work you and everyone else like dogs. If this team comes together, I won't be happy with anything less than first place in FSTL. Well, I appreciate the chance. I offer a smile that she's quick to match. If we're going ahead with this, I've got a lot of stuff to do. The deadline to register for team leagues in 2 weeks, so we can't afford to waste time. Get moving on your search. Alright, good luck, I'll catch you online. Yeah, later. When she's gone, I fall back into my chair and take a deep breath. Jett just asked me to join her team. I pinch my forearm, ouch, and judge the sensations that follow. With that, my disbelief dissolves into contemplation. How the hell am I going to find 2 worthwhile, unsigned players? A mixture of guilt and pride led me to spend the rest of the day at Golden Zone Fight between ladder games and a break for dinner. I scoped out the cafe's best Starcraft players. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like any of the Golden Zone Fight's regular patrons are much to write home about. They were good players there for all-out attack, sure, but today, most of the cafe's patrons were playing Brood War and are the ones that were actually laundering in Starcraft 2. There was only a single guy in Master League. I'll have to extend my search outside of a single PC bang. I guess I'd have to been a little too convenient to find an FSL caliber player so easily. I get the years to stop at a convenience store on the way back to my apartment. There's one I've been going to regularly for my nightly fix of sugar and caffeine. The store's blindingly bright signage is visible from more than a block away. Green in capital letters spell out the store's name in English on a backdrop of white. Domat. The door's familiar chime welcomes me, and the same clerk I've seen at least a dozen times before stands formally behind a cash register. He looks a bit old to be working still, but maybe he owns the place and doesn't have help to work the night shift. I see myself standing behind the counter in an unwanted mental image. It's a fate that could easily await me if I fail to make it as a professional gamer. I shake my head free of the thoughts and make my way to the refrigerated section of the store to fill my fists with cans and bottles. Some of my drinks may have strange names, but I'll be damned if they aren't good. I drop them on the counter in front of the old man and briefly make eye contact with him. He seems to recognize me, but doesn't say anything to indicate it. He rings up my drink slowly, not from age or calluses, but because he's in no great rush. The store's empty, aside from me, after all. 6,001. I swipe my credit card in the reader and depart with a polite smile, anxious to return to my apartment. The clerk returns with the expression and watches me go without another word. The only top-tier player I'm on speaking terms with is Estelle, but how could I even approach the subject of getting him to leave his team for a new and untested one? Maybe it would be better for me to simply get a lead from him. If I can't manage that, then I'm left to scour local PC banks and message boards on my own. Whatever, I'll figure this out tomorrow. And you had to convince her, seriously. She's been talking this up to me for the past 2 months. It's a big change, I guess, and come on, I just met you guys. How can she not be hesitant? Estelle grins, no doubt replaying Jett's angst in his mind's eye. Getting in at the ground floor is a major plus. You were in the right place at the right time. If it works out, that is. Estelle glances over his shoulder before returning his attention to me. Most teams barely pay their players anything. I've got it good for someone my age, but even I have been part of my winnings taken for the team's benefits. Was that English to me? Nope. Ouch! Luckily for Westerners, that isn't a trend that has caught on outside of South Korea. So, I can't do it. It's impossible. The words simply won't not come. What? Oh. Estelle lets out a laugh genuine and highly amused. He tries to get his words out and, unlike me, eventually ends up succeeding. Sorry, Mac, but no can do. I'm signed with Crash until the end of the year. I'm not allowed to play for anyone until my contract is up. As I expected, it shouldn't come as a surprise. I sigh, fall back into my chair and rest my palms atop my head. I had to ask. Jett's expecting me to pick up our players while she handles the management and sponsorship side of things. Hey, well, I can help you with the next best thing. I'd be thankful for any help at all. Don't you worry, I've got a short list of easy pickups. An extremely short list. He clears his throat. There's only one person on it, but hey, better than nothing, right? Who is it? Oh, straight to business. Eager for your bunk bed, I see. Trust me, Mac, you'll want the bottom bunk. You know from experience? Sure do. When I was 16, some up-jumped broodwar clan scraped me from the bottom of the barrel and set me up in their overcrowded sweatshop of a team house. Had to sleep above someone at least 2 years past a graceful retirement. I've seen solitaire players with better APM. He snored a lot. I think I keep changing the accent on this guy. As horrible as he's trying to make it seem, Estelle sounds closer to wistful than bitter as he recounts his first year as a professional gamer. What happened to the team? Sponsor flack. The team didn't have the money for legal action. Coach didn't tell us until 20 minutes before rent was due. Someone stole my mouse pad as we were moving out, and that was the end of my Starcraft career. Wait, no, it just kept going for 7 years after that and somehow still isn't over. Always forget that part. Estelle, top Korean Terran master storyteller. Anyway, this guy's name is Stunt. Plays Protoss. He's pretty good. But, does he have to be a butt? I'm sensing a butt. That would be me. I apologize. It's a small butt. What? I have a small butt? He's incredibly cheesy and maybe a touch arrogant. And he's a high schooler, but he's good. Why haven't any other teams picked him up in that case? He shrugs, and I get the feeling that Estelle genuinely doesn't know, but I'm left anxious nonetheless. Still, it's important to have at least some kind of racial distribution on the team. Not in terms of foreigner or Korean, mind you, but rather of Zerg, Protoss, and Terran. Do you know how I could get in touch with him? I could give you his info for a friend request, but he'd probably block you on the assumption that you're a fanboy or a gold seller or something. Your best bet is to find him in person at Stomping Grounds. His Stomping Grounds? What do you mean? Where? No. Stomping Grounds. That's the name of the PC bang he's usually at. Another trek across Seoul? I've never heard of the place, much less been to it. Estelle takes note of my frown and wags a finger at me. What, you fly halfway across the world and can't be bothered to walk for half an hour? Take the subway if you're lazy. No, it's fine. I shouldn't expect this to be easy. Now we're talking. Keep going. I'll keep an eye out for your next player in the meantime. I checked the map on my phone for the second time after reading the sign for a third. This is definitely Stomping Grounds. A deep breath helps calm my nerves. Seconds later, I push open the glass door and make my way inside. Pretty much as expected, computers, vending machines, tables, and the sound of 24 mice and keyboards. PC bangs are nothing if not similar to one another. When a shiver runs down my back, I realise that the AC in here is cranked up ridiculously high. I read somewhere the casino is pumping extra oxygen to keep their patrons awake and alert. Maybe this place has tried to adapt the same tactic to their cafe. A middle-aged woman sits behind the front desk. She glances up at me when I pass by and then returns her attention to the magazine splayed out in front of her. A quick scan of heads lined up in front of monitors offers me a few potential stunts. Amidst the sea of scrubs, by a sales description, he's short and has bleached hair. I'm able to narrow it down quickly and confirm his identity with a look at his monitor. He's in the middle of a ladder match. And he's playing Starcraft 2 with one hand. The other is occupied with a game on his cell phone. All the same, Stunt's crushing his opponent with a rush build, and by the look of his face, he takes great pleasure in that fact. His enemy sends a salty one-liner before dropping out of the game without a GG. Stunt grins wide and puts his hand behind his head, satisfied. After checking the post-game stats, he glances over his shoulder and then spins his chair around to find me watching him. So, something you want? Yeah, you're Stunt, right? That's me. And who are you? I'm Mac. Stunt lights up, stands upright, and plants his hands on his hips, all at once. Right, the foreigner that Excel messaged me about was starting to think you wouldn't show up. Let's get this bet match going. Hey everyone, the bet match is on! What? Damn it, really, Excel? Before I can attempt an explanation, a crowd of 6 or 7 middle school aged kids forms behind Stunt, so I don't see myself talking my way out of this one. Bet match, right, that's me, yes, that's what I'm here for. Another showboat is going to try to bet match Stunt? When will they learn? He's a cafe's best player. Hey Stunt, will you buy me a juice with your winnings?